For any Xbox or PlayStation codes or anything gaming related, check out g2a.com, and if you need any Ultimate Team coins, then head over to FIFA. The code CHES will get you a discount on both sites, and all links are down below. Hey guys, how's it going? Chez back again, and welcome to episode number 56 of the Chelsea Career Mode here on FIFA 15. Today we have the season roundup of Season 2. To avoid any spoilers, if you haven't missed, or if you have missed rather, if you haven't seen yesterday's Barclays Premier League title deciding episode, then check the link in the bottom left hand side of your screen, or alternatively check the channel page and watch that video first, guys. I don't really want to spoil anything for you in this episode if you haven't seen the past couple in this series, so I'll leave those of you that haven't seen that to go and watch it now, and as for those of you that have, let's crack on with the season roundup. And of course, you'll be well aware by now that we did win the Barclays Premier League yesterday by 7 points ahead of Manchester United and Manchester City. Liverpool and QPR, weirdly, all on 67. Really tight, and actually a really low scoring when it comes to points tally year in the Premier League. Normally you see a couple of teams above 80 points, but a lot of sides losing a lot of games. Both City and United losing 9 and 6 respectively. Really strange to see Manchester City losing 9 games and to be only winning 18, 19 or 20 games out of the 38 as well for all of us in the top 5. It was a really up and down and season that lacked a lot of consistency throughout the entire league, let alone just us at the top. We came out on top though with a superior goal difference to anyone else in the league. As you can see, conceded the same amount of goals as United, but we scored 18 more, so it was a dominant season for us all told in the Barclays Premier League, so delighted to come away with the title. Obviously both United sides and Liverpool will be in the Champions League in the third season. QPR will be in the Europa League, and Arsenal finished down in 7th. Could that be a sign of things to happen this year in real life? Who knows? Sunderland, Leicester and Derby County are the sides that will be leaving us this year from the Premier League. Unfortunately for them, they got relegated. We will check when we check the other leagues to see who's going to be coming back up from the league below, but we'll check the other competitions that we were involved in this year. Of course, we won the Community Shield at the start of the year. We won the FA Cup last year, of course, and Manchester City won the league, hence the tie in this one, and we won the Community Shield 2-1. We were also involved in the FA, or actually no, I thought it was going to be the European Super Cup next. It's not, it's the FA Cup. Of course, as you can see, we lost in the semi-final 1-0 to Spurs, who were the eventual winners, beating Manchester City 3-1 in the final at Wembley. Not very often you see Spurs winning anything, but if it is, it's normally going to be a cup. Arsenal win the Capital One Cup again, 4-0 this time over Everton. Rather convincing scoreline, to be completely honest, considering the rather equal sides, or equal strength and quality between the two sides. Here is the Copa Europe that I was on about earlier on. We of course won the Champions League in the first season, and Wolfsburg won the Europa League, and we were able to win the European Super Cup as well as the Community Shield this year. Unfortunately, only the Barclays Premier League was our main title or trophy from all competitions this season. We unfortunately got knocked out in the semis again, unfortunately, in the Champions League this year. Semis in the FA Cup and the semis in the Champions League this year, as opposed to wins in both tournaments in the first season. And Bayern Munich actually won this one with a 5-2 win in the semis over Man United after losing the first leg 2-1, no less. So they won 4-0 in the second leg to romp through the semis and then beat our victors, Real Madrid, 2-1 in the final of the Champions League. So congratulations to Bayern, congratulations to, if it eventually changes the page, which I've asked it to, then did it twice, to Wolfsburg for winning the Europa League in back-to-back seasons. Very, very good for them, with a 3-2 win over Sevilla. So congratulations to them for that. That's quite an achievement, it has to be said. So we win the Barclays Premier League, unfortunately not successful in either of the other 3 competitions we were involved in this year, but we did win the European Super Cup and the Community Shield. So we still get 3 trophies this year, although only one of them is really kind of a recognised competition trophy. But still, let's have a look at the player stats. Top goal scorer was Javier Hernandez this year. Diego Costa was our top domestic goal scorer with 13 goals. Eden Hazard, oh no, it's Torgan Hazard, I do apologise, up there in 8th for West Brom, of course, on loan from us. Wilfred Boney scored 10 in the BPL, and he actually wants to leave in the summer, and I think I might let him do so. So Wilfred Boney, the second top goal scorer domestically for us. But congratulations to Chicharito for coming top in those particular goal scoring charts. Any other Chelsea players in here? None that I can see. So we'll move to the assists. Christian Eriksen with 8 assists. Not very many assists throughout the league at all. Cesc Fabregas is our highest. Oh no, Willian, sorry, is our highest with 7. Then Cesc with 6. Actually the best season he's had with us, but still pretty disappointing from Cesc, to be honest. Remy with 5. Weird to see him with that many assists, actually, but still, congratulations to him. Clean sheets, Wilfried Caballero with 14. Courtois, our number 1, with only 10. So clearly, like we said, it was a really inconsistent season for all of the sides in the BPL this year. We'll check quickly the other leagues, or the other most important leagues around Europe. We'll check. I think England is the first one that comes up, so we will check the Championship. Stoke City, wow, destroy the Championship to win the league by 8 points with 105, wowzers. And then Watford and Crystal Palace both finished level on 97, but it's Crystal Palace to get promoted by +1 in the goal difference column. That's how close it was between promotion and playoffs between Palace and Watford. Who's going to come up between Watford, Wigan, Burnley and Cardiff? As of yet, I don't know. I don't think the playoffs have been played yet, or I don't actually think there's any way I could find out, but unfortunately for Watford, they are going to have to go through the playoffs. Whether they can do it or not, we'll find out. And then just quickly, for my own peace of mind, we'll see Cambridge finished 21st. Fantastic. Hopefully we can do better than that in the Road to Glory career mode that we're doing right now. And I actually backed out before we got a chance to see the other leagues. We'll have a quick look at the other big leagues around Europe, and then we'll do a final squad report. PSG win in France by 13 points ahead of Marseille. Huge difference there. Oh, on goal difference, Bayern Munich win the Bundesliga ahead of Dortmund. Schalke in 3rd, Leverkusen in 4th, Wolfsburg down in 5th. It's a big turnout in that league. And then the same in this one, only 2 points the difference between Juventus and Inter at the top of Serie A. AC Milan finishing 3rd and Roma 4th, with Fiorentina down in 5th. Big turnout for Juventus there. It's consecutive Scudetto. Is it Scudetto or Scudetti? I forget. I think it's Scudetto. Consecutive Scudetto wins for Juventus. I think that's 5 in a row now if you include the real life ones as well. That is such a turn up for the books. So with that league in the Bundesliga being so close, you would have expected Bayern to win it, which they did, but not in the manner in which they did so. We'll have a quick look at Spain as well. Barcelona win the league by 2 points again, only 2 points to gap in Serie A and La Liga. Real Madrid finishing 2nd, with Atleti still a further point behind. And the Real Sociedad, David Moyes' Real Sociedad no less, finishing 4th with 73 points, quite a way off the pace. So that is how things shaped up at the end of the second season. I've got a huge transfer budget here that obviously I won't be able to take forward to the next season. So in between 2nd and 3rd, I'll go ahead and probably waste some money on scouts, try and improve our scouting abilities, etc. with all of the staff that we have at the club. It's the only thing you can do with the money really at the end of the season, because you don't get to take it through to the next year. I've never been able to get the change it all to transfer budget or change it all to wage budget and get it to go across to the next season. That's never worked for me in any career mode ever, so I'm not really too sure why people seem to suggest that, because I've never managed to get it to work. But regardless, let's have a look at the final squad report of the season. So with Thibaut Courtois, our undisputed number 1, still only 86 rated, weirdly, although his physical stats have gone up quite a bit this season. Just yet his goalkeeping stats haven't improved, but you would expect that to happen as he ages. Goalkeepers don't tend to go up in stats until they're in their late 20s, early 30s, but he was fantastic for us this year. 48 games played, 16 clean sheets. Danny Carvajal's gone up 2. We bought him in, as you can see, for £6 million plus Branislav Ivanovic. 14 clean sheets, sorry, 3 assists. Really pleased with Danny Carvajal, an extremely solid right back, and has been a very, very good player for me this year. Delighted with how he's done. Gary Cahill's now hit 30. His stats probably will plateau now, although he might improve a little bit more before this series is out. And he got 1 goal in his 37 appearances this year. Quite low for Gary Cahill, tends to score a couple of goals. Sergio Ramos is in bad form apparently, but has gone up 2 overall to 89. He's marking a short passing, the only things that have gone up though, so that's strange, but still £26 million is profit on him should we sell him on, which I won't, but still 21 million, and William Carvalho was the price we paid, and he's gone up in value and rating. Ricardo Rodriguez continues to impress. 33 games played this year, and he is just without doubt the best left back in the world, if not second behind David Alaba. So still, look at those stats. Crossing 92, stand tackle and sliding tackle both at 89. He is a tremendous defender. really pleased with him. Cesc Fabregas has been disappointing this year in the third season. Should we go into a third season, I will be moving him on, or at least that is the plan. So really disappointed with Cesc in both years. Would have expected a lot more from him, especially considering how well he's done in real life for the club. Nemanja Matic is the best holding midfielder in world football right now, 85 rated, and his short passing, marking have both gone up 5, and his tackling have both gone up 3. Extremely good player, and without doubt the first name on the team sheet in those midfield 5 positions. Hulk has done okay, actually, to be completely honest, for his first season, especially considering we only paid 2 million plus Lucas, so pleased with him. He's gone up 1 as well, and which is surprising considering he's pushing towards 30 now. Eden Hazard stays at 89 despite being really good for us this year. 9 goals and 9 assists in his 36 games. Not as influential this year as he was last year, but still obviously an extremely good player and one of the best in our side. Oscar's gone up 1 as well. We had the vote for him in January to see whether he stayed or went. We voted for him to stay, and actually he had a very good season. 10 goals and 6 assists in 35 games. He's pretty good actually for a cam. I'll take that, and he's up 1 at 85 as well. Diego Costa's up 2 at 88 now, valued at £42 million. Is he valued more than Hazard? He is. £42 million. Diego Costa, incredible. 25 goals in his 37 games so far this year, and that price tag is really impressive. Scored a hat-trick in the the Copa European Super Cup to give us that 4-2 win over Wolfsburg. He was instrumental in our wins in all of the competitions this year, and pleased to see him growing well as well. Willian feels threatened at the minute, which is surprising considering he has played 34 games for us this year, 2 goals and 8 assists. Perhaps would have expected a little bit more, but still a decent player, still valued at 20 million as well, so should he move on, we'd get a decent whack of money. Eric Laporte was a player that I thought I was going to move on. In actual fact, was pretty good this year and continued to improve, so he'll probably stay at the club, as will Ross Barkley. He's doing okay, kind of a rotation player, and the stats kind of reflect that, not really going up too much at all, and of course he was out injured for a chunk as well, so his physical stats have dropped. Andre Schürrle continues to go up in rating despite, again, kind of a rotation spot in the club, same as Willian. A few less games played, but more of an impact. 5 goals and 3 assists for him, and small improvements across the board. Oscar DeMarcos is a player that came in and had a really good impact actually. I was pleased with him, playing 20 games since January, coming in for £9 million and still valued at that from Athletic Bilbao. Boni is going to leave this year. He wants out despite scoring 15 goals in 22 games. I'm more than happy to let him go. I enjoyed playing with him, but he scored in bursts. Like, he wouldn't score for 5 games, then he'd score a hat-trick. He scored 2 or 3 hat-tricks, which is why his goal tally is so high. They kind of came in purple patches with Boni, and his form is excellent apparently, although he isn't improving in any stats or value, but his morale is unhappy and I am willing to let him go. Probably going to give the youth players a bit of a chance in the third season if we go into a third one. We've got Remy Diego Costa and players like Isaiah Brown, so maybe we'll give him a run out and let him stay and have him as a third striker so that Boni can leave. Ramirez, decent player again, really pleased with him this year. 46 games played, really solid, one of the first names on the team sheet. 5 goals and 6 assists for him. Adam Murphy is a youth player that I brought up after the 1st of May, because of course youth players get a big jump at the 1st of May, but he still isn't really that good, so but he was the best of the youth crop this year, apart from the Scout Future Star, which I still can't bring up to the first team. So he's going to stay at the club for now. We'll send him out on loan should we go into a third season. Ashley Posser continues to grow and raise eyebrows. Now valued at £5.5 million, 78 rated, 6 goals and 7 assists. He's fantastic for a 17-year-old player in all competitions this year, and he continues to grow across the board as well. He's going to be instrumental in the third season, I think. He's probably going to get more football than Ross Barkley, actually, considering the way that he's played this year. We'll have to wait and see. Junior Malanda continues to grow, despite not much football this year, but he did score a couple of important goals, 4 goals and 3 assists for him. Todd Kane, another rotation right back that is transfer listed and will probably leave us this year, to be completely honest. Kurt Zuma is growing as well, another youth player that gets some rotation football, although it would be nice to see him grow a little bit more than that, to be completely honest. Lucas Piazzon didn't get as much first team football this year as I might have liked to give him, but he will stay at the club should we go into a third season. Marco van Hinkel again will stay at the club despite not playing too much this year. He is growing though, which is nice to see. John Terry will stay at the club because it's JT. I can't sell JT on, can I? But he's dropping dramatically in his physical stats. 30 acceleration now and 45 sprint speed. He has played 3 games this year and probably won't play any more next year. Diego Lopez wants to leave, and to be honest, I'm probably going to bring in a youth keeper and let him go as well, just to raise some extra funds to replace Cesc Fabregas, despite the fact he's grown this year. He's been dodgy. We've seen him play some really weird games and concede some really strange goals. Look, Remy, though, will definitely stay at the club. He's improved up to 84 as well and scored 14 goals in his 20 games this year. Unfortunately, he was out injured again in this second season, so he didn't play as many games as he did last year, but he did score in a lot of games that he was involved in, so pleased with his contribution this year. And again, the injury is why his physical stats have started to drop. Felipe Luis is taking a back seat to Ricardo Rodriguez, but still continuing to grow, and he is very happy at the club, and I'm very happy to keep him at the club. Didier Drogba, 1 game played, 1 goal scored, and 1 assist, weirdly, in the fact that he only played 1 game this year. There he is retiring at the end of the season, so sayonara, Didier. 38 years of age, and he's retiring from the game. Thank you very much for all of your goals throughout the years, but you haven't really improved much since the goal you scored against Bayern Munich back in 2012. Fernando Torres will come back to the team and get sold on again, probably. Although I may have him at the... I don't know. Because I love Fernando. I might keep him in the Boney role, and then I don't know. Lewis Baker is improving quite a lot, actually. He'll go back out on loan next year. Hopefully you can see the same sort of growth in the 3rd season, should we have a 3rd year. Isaiah Brown has gone up 1 as well. Like I say, might filter him into the 1st team next year with some rotation spots as well. Josh McEachran will probably go back out on loan again. Weirdly, his physical stats have dropped. He must have had an injury out on loan at Hull. Thorgan Hazard scored a lot of goals this year, 11 in 34. He'll probably go out on loan again, though, considering he hasn't really grown, and Ashley Possett is now rated higher than him as well. Nathan Ake improving, pleased with that. He'll go back out on loan again this year, considering Aymeric Laporte will now stay at the club, and Ruben Loftus-Cheek will go out on loan again, if not be sold as well. But that is going to bring the squad report and the episode to a close, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Drop a video like if you enjoyed this series as a whole to this point, and of course there'll be a video tomorrow, actually an extremely important video tomorrow, a vote video tomorrow, so be sure to check your sub boxes for the afternoon video in the 1 PM slot tomorrow. I really implore you to watch that and have your say in the vote. That will of course involve this series. There'll be a Career Mode Road to Glory episode tonight, though, as it is no, today's Tuesday, isn't it? So there'll be a My Player episode tonight. Apologies. There'll be a Career Mode Road to Glory episode tomorrow, and there was one last night as well. But this video is getting quite lengthy now, and I want to end it sooner rather than later. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought of this 2nd season. Let me know if you're intrigued as to what the vote is tomorrow, and I will see you next time.